pampering yourself on a tight budget, giving yourself a spa retreat, treating yourself to a road trip, weekend getaway, a resort hotel room like the one that you see behind me. Are you doing that for yourself? Do you have the means, the time off? Do you have people in your life? Or if you're like me and like to travel solo, whether you're partnered or not, um, are you having those adventures and are you able to fit those in? And would you like some tips on how to care for yourself with less money? I showed this. This is of what I'm going to treat myself to this evening after I finish my night out. You saw the little, at the coffee station downstairs, there are little sugar packets. I take these often, and if they're ever like in a hotel room with the coffee put together stuff, I will save them and use them with some soap to give my cuticles a little scrub. Though when I wash my face, I use the this type of sugar. You can tell if it's a fine granule. And if you're not exfoliating using sugar scrubs, it's really gentle. It's not as harsh as salt. I've used harsh, so it burns sometimes, and if you have a cut, ooh, rubbing salt in the wound, you know how that phrase goes. Very true. And then this handy dandy little, these masks, I get these at the dollar store, and I look at the ingredients, and I have had good results, meh results, and really great results with these. The nice part of it is that in the evening, when I'm relaxing, winding down for the night, elevating my legs, because if you don't know who I am, my name is Tiffany. I'm the founder of Anderson Therapeutics. This is all about aging well. I am a 60-year-old woman who's been an empty nester for a long time, managing chronic conditions. I live with artificial joints, and there's a number of things that I do to take care of myself. And if you also have chronic conditions, you understand that oftentimes taking care of everything that you have to do with just your health is another job. I understand. That's why I invest in things like these to make my self-care, my health management, my lifestyle medicine feel much more like play and pampering, because it can be and it should be. This morning I had a wonderful workout. I am in Las Vegas at Caesar's Palace. This evening I have tickets to see Piff the Magic Dragon. I saw a review of that show. I've never seen it before, heard great things. It looks really funny. It's right across the street. Even better, I had a coupon code on Viator, heading to that. After my workout this morning, may be able to see or not, I have an entire food setup here. I have my coffee station, I have a dinner station. I travel with my food, one, because it saves money. I have done that for years, even when my son was still small. It's just how I was raised. You packed a cooler, made sandwiches, or stopped at a grocery store, and it's just a budget-friendly way to travel. And I have found for me, in the past, when I've, went to the fancy restaurants and stayed in the line and had the experience, there haven't been that many times where I really felt, wow, that was worth it. And I want those times to feel really exceptional, because I've had those. And I don't want to have to budget a lot of extra money, especially when I'm traveling on my own. I would much rather put something simple together and know that it fits within the meal plan that I follow right now, which has also been phenomenal to take me off medications that were no longer necessary. I followed my doctor's recommendations. The plan was recommended by the Dr. John McDougall, the starch solution. That is the plan that I follow. Right now, I'm getting ready to go. I just had an Epsom salt soak because this upgraded suite has one of those soaker tubs with the jets. Hooray. It was so wonderful. And, you know, a couple of cups of Epsom salts is very inexpensive, though the health benefits for me are the fact that it helps with inflammation, takes away the achiness, and my feet are happy right now and ready to do some walking tonight to go over to the show and maybe do a little bit of gambling and make my way back up here for this. I want to show you what I'm putting together for my meal. If you've watched my videos before, you saw that I discovered this electric lunchbox. This has been a brand new toy for me, and it's so nice. When I was out earlier today, I went to a reserve and went for a long walk and hiked around. It was really beautiful. I'd never been to that part of Vegas before. I think it was called Floyd Lamb Park or something. Anyway, got a spring mix frozen vegetables. And since I have a little ice bucket, I think I'm gonna save part of these for my breakfast or either later tonight, because I also have, I might want to sip on something warm. I have this miso soup packets. They're gluten-free, vegan, organic, looked delicious. I'd never tried that brand before. Back to my dinner prep. I also scored these, another bargain. And you know that bag of fresh vegetable, or the frozen vegetables right there? Oh, now I'm gonna struggle opening this. Wow. Goodness. Okay, pull out the blade, pull out the knife, because the pull tab, you ever encounter those? The pull tab is like, really? Yeah, it says I'm supposed to be able to pull that off. I cooked one of these last night and it was not that challenging. These little things. Steamed white rice. Really simple. No oil, just rice. Easy peasy. Pop that on top. I know from last night when I heated one up with some curry that it needed a little bit of extra water, and then I had a lime. So I'm just gonna pour in some water and get that plugged in, and I will just check on it. I've found with these, even with frozen vegetables, this will be hot and steamy and ready to eat in like 20 minutes. It's really, really fast. And I also brought some, I've got some Tajin, I don't know how to say that. How do you pronounce that? And then I have some sweet chili sauce too that I brought. Also have some Tabasco, but I brought roasted potatoes and then I've got a bean mixture that I'm also gonna have tomorrow. My morning, the breakfasts are so easy. If you've seen my the oatmeal that I make, I forgot the dried greens again. I'll probably, when I go work out tomorrow, I may go out for a walk and see if I can find like some frozen spinach or something somewhere, though I have a ton of vegetables out in the cooler. I pre-made some little bags of oatmeal with, I've got a variety of fruit in each. This one's raisin, cinnamon. The one I had this morning was a date and coconut, and then I have bananas that I cut up on those. Really fruit heavy. That's why I usually will put greens in those, since I don't like to have a complete sweet bomb in the morning. That's another reason I got the miso too, because a lot of times I really like a savory breakfast. it's delicious. Those are some of the budget-friendly ways that I like to just save money, and it helps me so I can travel like this. I have been doing some work, so that's helpful as well, that I have, of course, internet with the hotel, so I can get work done in the morning, got some writing projects and some other side gigs that I'm working on. I also brought my handy dandy shaker bottle with my kombucha powder. That helps me in my morning fast. Got my coffee station, some fruit. I'm just kittered out. Had a great picnic that I put together and took to the park today, and I'm just ready to roll and enjoy this show, and then give myself some pampering when I get back and snooze. And I hope this was useful, gave you some ideas, some inspiration, and that you are taking very good care of yourself. Chronic conditions are frustrating, and they are part of our story. That is the awareness of better managing chronic conditions, is befriending them, because they're not going to go away, and many times they get worse. So to answer those cries for help with kindness is one of the nicest things that you can do for yourself, because you're worth it, and how we feel is certainly more important than we look. How we feel inside, how we feel in our mind, in our heart, our emotions, and those are the things that we can manage with lifestyle. Thank you for watching. I will put some information in the description if you would like to visit my website, andersontherapeutics.com. I launched that in 2016, and there is a ton of free resources, tools, and tips to help adults better manage their chronic conditions.